Hello and welcome to Knox County Science. I'm so glad you've joined me today. My name is Miss Edwards and I'm one of the first grade teachers at Sturkey Elementary. I want to give a special shout out to my first grade friends from last year. Hi everyone, I've missed you and I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. I hope you are all doing well. Today's lesson is from the first grade curriculum. It is Activity 4 in our summer program. Any activities and handouts can be found under the Student Resources tab on the Knox County Schools website. Once you've completed the lesson, show us what you've learned and tweet it at KCS Science. If this video is hard to understand, here are some troubleshooting tips. Turn on the closed captions if available. Adjust the playback speed to slow the video. Consider watching short clips, then pause, listen, and watch again. Ask someone in your home to watch the video with you. Stop frequently and talk to your partner about what you heard and understood. So, what are we going to learn today? Our essential question is, how does light travel through different materials? Today, we're going to learn about different types of materials. We will learn words to describe whether or not a beam of light can pass through these different materials as we build a stained glass window. Before we start that project, we need to learn some things first. There are two key words you need to understand. The first is light. What is light? Light is a form of energy that lets you see. What are some forms of light that let you see? Sunlight is one. Sunlight is a natural form of light that lets you see during the daytime. Another might be lamplight. A lamplight will let you see inside your home. And finally, a flashlight will let you see when it's dark and there's no other light available. Another word you need to understand is materials. What are materials? Materials are what objects are made of. What are some different materials that you know? Drapes in a window are materials, and they are made of cloth. Car windows are material. They are made of glass. And a wooden door is material. It is made of wood. To learn about how light travels through different materials, we need to learn 4 new words. Our big vocabulary words for today are opaque, translucent, transparent, reflective. Practice saying those with me. Ready? Opaque, translucent, transparent, reflective. Good job. Why do we need to know about different materials? Where would we use them? In this video, Chloe the carpenter talks about how important it is to know about different materials when building something. Let's listen to her.
Hello, I'm Chloe. Do you hear that sound? I'm helping my mom build a doghouse. She's a carpenter, and that's what I want to be when I grow up. Carpenters help build things like houses and skyscrapers. Carpenters have to be good at reading blueprints and measuring things. They have to be good at using tools, too. You also have to know a lot about the materials you are working with, like wood and steel. If you like building things, you might want to be a carpenter, too. Chloe! Oops, gotta get back to helping my mom build our doghouse.
So Chloe has talked about a STEM career where we would need to know about different materials. As I said before, today we are going to make a stained glass picture. Have you ever seen a stained glass window? Did you notice the light shining through the different sections of it? We will use different material to make our stained glass window, and then we will observe which of these materials will let a beam of light pass through. Look at this picture of stained glass. Can you see anything through it? Look closely. There are some dark colors and some light colors. Sometimes you can see clearly through a material. Sometimes you can see a little, and sometimes you cannot see anything at all. Why does the light shine through materials differently? Let's find out. In this next video, we are going to learn about what the words transparent, translucent, and opaque mean. Let's listen.
Have you ever heard these words? Transparent, opaque, and translucent. When an object is transparent, light is able to travel through it, so that anything behind the object is still clearly visible. A glass of water or the clear glass in a window is an example of a transparent material. When an object is opaque, light is unable to travel through it. Therefore, nothing can be seen behind it. Wood, concrete, and metal are examples of opaque materials. See how this opaque paint covers the previous color? That is because the material is blocking the light rays. Some objects let just a little light through, and those are called translucent objects. For example, a piece of fruit, like an orange slice, or this frosted glass window. Transparent, opaque, and translucent. Now that you have heard these words and know what they mean, start using transparent, translucent, and opaque today, and look for examples all around you.
So that video helped us understand what 3 of our 4 vocabulary words mean. Now we know what transparent means. It means when light can pass through an object. Translucent means when some or a little light can pass through an object. And opaque means when light cannot pass through an object. But we still need to learn what reflective means. Our last vocabulary word is reflective. Say reflective with me. Reflective. What does reflective mean? To help us learn what reflective means, I'm going to read aloud some text. We will also learn how light moves. How does light move? Light comes from many things. The girl turns on the flashlight. The light moves in a straight line to the boy's shirt. Light moves in a straight line until it hits an object. A mirror can reflect the light. This changes the light's direction. The light moves in a straight line again. Mirrors are smooth and shiny. They reflect almost all of the light that hits them. So, reflective means to give back an image. Say it with me. Reflective means to give back an image. Now, we're going to listen to a read aloud about mirrors and light. It will help us understand better what reflective means. Let's listen.
Mirrors and light. A mirror reflects. Light reflects, or gives back an image of an object. A mirror is a smooth surface that reflects the image of what is in front of it. Do you know what happens when you look in a mirror? You see yourself. You can also see what is behind you. Mirrors reflect what is in front of them. What a mirror really reflects. A baby thinks the image in a mirror is another baby. But, of course, that isn't true. What you see in a mirror is called a mirror image. That means that what you see in a mirror isn't exactly just like you. Instead, the image in the mirror is the same but reversed. What looks like your right leg in the mirror is really your left leg. Owen holds up his right hand. His mirror image seems to be holding up his left hand. How light reflects in a mirror. Think about bouncing a ball. When you bounce it straight down toward the ground, it bounces straight back up to you. When you shine a light straight toward a mirror, the light bounces straight back to you. Mirrors reflect light too. Now think about bouncing a ball at an angle down toward the ground. What happens next? It comes back up at an angle too. When you move a light from side to side in front of a mirror, the light bounces back in different directions. A mirror reflects light at an angle. Lights and mirrors. A mirror can be used to reflect light in a specific direction. Sunlight shines through a window. If it hits a mirror in a room, the light will be reflected to another part of the room. The room will have more light and be brighter inside. Mirrors are used often in science. A microscope is a tool that helps scientists see very small objects up close. A microscope has a mirror in it. The mirror reflects light from the microscope onto the object that is being viewed. A mirror reflects light in a microscope. A world of mirrors and lights. You can have fun with mirrors and the light that they reflect. Many flat, shiny things can act as mirrors. They will reflect light in new directions too. This ball has many mirrors on it. It reflects lights in many directions. Mirrors are all around you.
I hope you enjoyed that read aloud. Remember, reflective means to give back. Now, we're going to try a simulation so you can see how light travels and reflects. In our experiment, we will try to get the light to touch the cat. Let's try it. They want the light to touch the cat. We're going to try it. If we move the flashlight along and shine it in this window, the light hits the mirror, but it does not hit the cat. Let's try it again. We'll shine it through this curtain. Did the light get to the cat? No, it didn't. Let's try it one more time. The light's going to shine in the window and hit the mirror. Will it hit? Yes, it did hit the cat. That was a fun simulation. I hope it gives you a better idea of what reflective means. Were you able to figure out when the light was going to reflect and hit the cat? I sure hope so. Now, let's review our new vocabulary words and what they mean. Remember, we've learned 4 new words today. The first is transparent. Transparent means when light can pass through an object. Our next word is translucent. It means when some light can pass through an object. Our third word is opaque. Opaque means no light can pass through an object. Light cannot get through an object. Our fourth and last word is reflective. It means to give back an image. So, those are our 4 vocabulary words that we are learning today. Let's see how well you understand them. We're going to do a quick check using the words transparent, translucent, and opaque. I'm going to play a video and you see if you can determine which type of material it is, if it's transparent, translucent, or opaque.
What type of material is shown in the photo? Select the correct answer. Transparent, translucent, opaque. Correct. What type of material is shown in the photo? Select the correct answer. Transparent, translucent, opaque. Correct. What type of material is shown in the photo? Select the correct answer. Transparent, translucent, opaque. Correct.
Great job on that quick check. You are working hard to learn what these words mean. Remember, they are transparent, translucent, opaque, and reflective. Do you remember the stained glass window from earlier in our lesson? Here is a picture of it again. We can use it to identify parts that are transparent, translucent, and opaque. Do you see the circle area? There's some material that is transparent. You can see through it. Do you see any material that is translucent? That's material you can see a little light through it. That is translucent material. Do you see any material that is opaque? Yes, those dark lines are opaque. Now that we've practiced identifying the different parts of the stained glass window, are you ready to start making your own stained glass project? Here's the first page of the task for making a stained glass project with different materials. You'll want to ask an adult to help you with this project. Before you start, collect the tools that you will need. Specifically, you will need scissors and tape to complete the project. Ask your grown-up at home to help you with those items. For step 1, you will need to collect some different materials from around your house. Ask an adult to help you find them. You might get construction paper. Here's some blue construction paper I used when I made my butterfly. Look for some of the other items in your kitchen. Here's some aluminum foil in the container I got it from. Look for wax paper. Here's some waxed paper and its container. I also found a brown paper bag. You might use the plastic from a sandwich bag or some plastic wrap. You could also use wrapping paper. Look for a variety, different types, or you might use some tissue paper. Tissue paper comes in different colors, so look and see what you have at your house. And a final thing that you might consider using is a plastic grocery bag. Be sure to include a variety of material so that you can test whether a beam of light will pass through the different materials. In step 2, you will use a pattern to make your stained glass. There's a pattern on page 3 in the task. It's a butterfly pattern, which is what I used in making my picture. Or you can make your own pattern. If you use the butterfly pattern, you'll cut it out and be sure to cut out the 6 places in the wing. These were the white places that were on the butterfly's wing before you cut it out. Now you have a cutout butterfly pattern like mine. I then used my butterfly pattern to trace on construction paper so I could use that as one of my different materials. I used my scissors to cut out the different materials, and then I taped those materials in place on the back of the butterfly to hold them in place. Once you have taped the material to the back of your butterfly, you will have a beautiful stained glass butterfly. Here's my butterfly. I used a brown paper bag, wax paper, tissue paper, aluminum foil, wrapping paper, and clear plastic wrap from a sandwich bag. I also used that blue construction paper for the body of the butterfly. So on the back, you can see where I have taped the material that I used. And when I've turned it over, I've got my beautiful butterfly. Now, we are ready to test the different materials to see if a beam of light will pass through them. You are ready for step 3. In this, you will need a flashlight to shine on the different materials. I used the flashlight on my phone. Here's the second page of the task. In this chart, record whether the light passes through the material. Let's do a quick review of our 4 vocabulary words. Transparent, which means light can pass through an object. Translucent, which means some light can pass through an object. Opaque, which means light cannot pass through an object. And reflective, which means to give back an image. So take a flashlight if you've got one. If not, you can use the flashlight on a cell phone if you have that. Turn it on and test the different materials in your butterfly. I'm testing the aluminum foil. I don't see light pass through that. So since the light will not pass through the aluminum foil, I would put it in the column that says it is opaque. That light cannot go through that material. If I shine the light on it, what happens to it? Does it reflect and give back an image? It looks like it does. So I could mark aluminum foil in this column as well. Finish testing all of the materials in your stained glass butterfly. Look around you and observe other materials during the day. Can you tell if they are transparent, translucent, opaque, or reflective? Have fun exploring. And when you're done with your lesson, be sure to tweet it to us at KCS Science. I would love to see what you have made and learned today. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of the day. Goodbye.